It is possible for you to have a demon nobody may know, but you can never have legions and people will not know. There's a level of possession that you can become so possessed, hosted spirit, that when you come around people, certain things begin to happen. It's the same way that when the Shekinah come upon you, the evidence is that you become a man full of the presence, full of the power of God, and everywhere you step to, the evidence is seen. You may not be planning that gun should stop, but when they point gun and shoot at you, the Shekinah, somehow the Shekinah answer the gun, and as they shoot the gun, the bullet will stop. Not because you told it to stop, but because a presence answered the bullet. When a man is full of the presence of the Lord, when you come into an office, suddenly as he appears in the office, they don't know why the atmosphere is changed. As the atmosphere is changed, what they don't want to do for the person, they will do for the person. Why? Because a presence came with a man. Men that carry the Shekinah are men that are hosting God, are men that cannot leak out God, are men that have come to a point where as they behold him like in a mirror in the glass, they are transformed into that image from glory to glory. It was evident that as long as Adam will continually dwell in the presence of the Lord, his guarantee of security, guarantee of transformation. What we saw was a rebellion. We saw a prison. Why? God planted Adam in the Garden of Eden. What he intended to do, that this should be a meeting point connecting heaven to earth. And by the transformation of the presence of God going to Adam was supposed to come to a point where he looked like God and become God upon the face of the earth. But that protocol was supposed to be done by the agency of the presence and the power of the Lord. But because Adam left the presence of the Lord, Adam became a failed project. What Jesus Christ came to do, full of the glory, full of the totality of God, is to restore us back to that presence, so that as we continually journey in that presence, everything that God is, we can become. When you see a man that is not fully like God, it's simply because there's a dimension of the presence of God that is not evident. If your life only minister to believers, there is something wrong with you. Your life should be able to minister to unbelievers. When was the last time unbelievers look at you and say they desire the things you do? We can be Christians and not yet not carry the presence and the power of God. And the simple reason to that is because we are not remaining in the presence. He said, they that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High, he that dwelleth, they that dwelleth. We can be many that can dwell, but are you willing to dwell? Are you willing to dwell? See, by the time you dwell, you abide under the Shekinah. Suddenly, when that glory comes upon you, it does something to you that men can never understand. We are too many in church, and yet we can't make impact in our society. Why? The men that truly carry the Shekinah glory of God are few. Let's not just be playing church. No, don't be satisfied with the dimensions of God you carry. People die every day as though they are chicken. Why? You can't kill men of the glory. You can't. The Bible says it was evident. It was evident. When these men want to die, they lay down their life. How? Because in the glory everything is alive. So everything about them is living. So even if you try to kill them, they live again. So even God cannot kill them, because it was his nature and his character that was imputed in them. He had to look for their permission for them to die. Even when they died, their body could not experience corruption. Why? Because they have exited that realm of corruption and they are now in immortal realm. The glory of the Lord purifies you. The glory of the Lord refines you. The glory of the Lord recalibrates you. The glory of the Lord regenerates you. He said, Mary, do not worry. There's a creative power in the glory. It's not the prophetic. It's not what was prophesied by a prophet. He said, don't worry. How can this thing be? He said, don't worry. A presence is coming. When the Shekinah come, anything that the Lord desire will be done. Yet we may not have known a child. You may not have known a man. But it's possible that when the glory of the Lord comes, everything you desire is done. That was the wisdom that men like Moses understood. He knew that there was a wisdom of God available in the glory, and as long as that glory is there, they are guarantee of security. He knew that they were not just being delivered because they have an army. No, they were delivered because there was a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. And as long as that is there, he said the Philistines, he said these guys will hear and they will know that there is a God in Israel. They didn't see an army, they saw a cloud, they saw a pillar, and it was evident enough for carnal people to discern. When we look at you, what do we see? What do we see? We see a drunkard, we see a masturbator, we see a pornographer, we see a party guy. How can God be within your vicinity like that? This is the simple reason why we sleep together with witches and wizards, and they still attend meetings and we are still snoring. When you carry the presence of the Lord, when they want to rise, a weapon is switched on, and when that weapon is switched on, they are silent. We lack men of the glory. We lack men of the presence. We lack men that are carrying an evidence of the experience of the Jews. These men may be rebellion towards God, but they saw something. What are you seeing? The encounters of God are actually embedded within the glory. Moses saw a bush that was burning. Within the bush, he actually saw a presence. In that presence, there was a being in the presence. When the SHEKINAH glory of the Lord comes, it's because God comes. God came to tabernacle. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of Christianity. The warfare in Christianity is too much. Whether physical warfare, spiritual warfare is too much. Sometimes to be a Christian is a challenge. It's as though it's a sin. How many of you have been rejected off our job because you're a Christian? How many of you have not been given admission because you're a Christian? And you cannot change your name to Muhammad. You can't even change it to Abu Bakr. What will be your advantage then? Your advantage must be the presence of God. That no matter how they try to do, they can never deny, they can never reject you. Why? Not because they want to, but because they are forced to. They wanted to fail you in the exam hall, yet they want to do it, but somehow a presence and a glory. But this thing is only contacted, this is only encountered by men and women that remain with the Lord. Let's not be caught up in the euphoria of the activity of Christianity. No. I believe Christianity should be 95% of lifestyle, 5% of religion. 5% of all those activities within religion. How many times do we spend here? Just few moments. But after you return back from here, what do you do in your secret chambers? Those things matter so much. What are the thoughts in your heart? What are the things that regulate you? It is possible for a man never to appear in a church and yet be encountering God every day. It's possible. And it's possible for a man to be in church, a deacon, and yet not know God. It's possible. He said, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High, not he that dwell in church. Hannah understood that children are not just born by intercourse. She knew that children are things that come from the presence of the Lord. When Shiloh was over, she said, no, I knew my encounter with God is not over. Yeah, they must have experienced a presence, but I need the Shekinah. She waited in Shiloh until another presence came again. No prophet prophesied the birth of the child. No, it's something that a prophet can never see. Please let me appreciate my biological father. He just came in now, so sorry. There are times when prophet may never give me prophecy. A guy came and met me and told me, Apostle, why is it that every time I go for a meeting nobody prophesied to me? I said, because you don't need the prophecy. You don't need it. Your life is supposed to be worked out in the presence of the Lord. Because even no matter how much I prophesy to you, prophecy don't fulfill themselves. Men rise up to fulfill prophecy. That is the reason why Federal University Lafia is the way it is.